Hi guys, I'm Jason Inman. I like to read comic books. I also like to talk about shows that are about comic books, like Legends of Tomorrow. And today, I'm going to be giving you a full review and recap and some crazy predictions about Legends of Tomorrow Pilot Part 2. Now, if you want some really, really cool Easter eggs about Legends of Tomorrow Episode 2, you should head on over to the DC Fans channel where I did a full video breaking down all the Easter eggs in the episode. You can click right here and leap right on over to that. You know what? Go check it out. And then come back here and check this out. Let's talk about the good that happened in Legends of Tomorrow. Guys, Victor Garber as Martin Stein killed in this episode. Killed. Not only did he get a cool scene where he broke his way into a terrorist organization, not only did he get a very sweet scene about talking about how he was as a kid, an early 20s kid, but I'm still going to call him a kid, and a very good final scene about what it was like, the possibility of losing his wife. All of these scenes really cemented Victor Garber as one of the best actors of the show. This show is so lucky to have an actor of his caliber cementing all this time travel craziness, but it works. And it really gives the episode a good emotional core. Right up there next to him is Wentworth Miller as Captain Cold, who in the scene where it's revealed that he's just into the house to steal stuff and Brandon Routh has to stop him, kills it. This guy, Captain Cold, I think is the character to watch because now you're never going to be quite sure whether he's just kind of there for himself or whether he's going to betray the team because he has a better opportunity. And I thought that was a great thing. I also thought it was really cool that we got to see Damien Dark showing up in this episode. A little tie-in from Arrow. It was really, really cool to see him. This episode opened up, I thought, with a really, really good action scene, especially how they play with the moments of how Ray's suit now can shrink, how he was the secret weapon that came out of Martin Stein's pocket. And also at the very end, Rip Hunter brought the Atom suit to him, and it looked like a little tiny action figure. So whenever DC Collectibles gets around to making the Atom action figure, I want them to make a full-size one, and I want them to make a little bitty one, because I think I want both. I want a little Atom to be able to carry around in my pocket. This episode, I thought, while not as good as the first episode, was still solid and a lot of fun. Now let's talk about some of the bad of this episode. Hawkman is dead! Yeah, that's right. 2 episodes into Legends of Tomorrow, we killed off Hawkman and he's already gone. Now, for me, that sucks because one of the members of the team going away early, I think, was quite a surprise. And I kind of don't like it because I thought this team was now gelling. But I also understand why you have to do that. You have to do that to set up this dramatic tension. And that's why, luckily enough, one of the characters that was the only character that was killed off in this episode is one that has the ability to reincarnate. So I think we're going to see Hawkman again, but I really is disappointed that we lost him already. It was interesting that Part 1 and Part 2, both in the 70s. We stayed in 1975, which is interesting. So I wonder if going forward, we're going to have a budgetary limitation that every 2 episodes we're going to stay in the same time period. I don't mind that. I understand from a production standpoint that you kind of have to do that. But it also does detract from the idea that this show can just go crazy and go anywhere. That we can go anywhere, anytime, do anything. That's why the excitement of seeing the Jonah Hex poster in this episode is just like, oh, we're going to get a Wild West episode. Staying in the 70s was kind of a detractor. Also, a little bit of the bad was I didn't really feel that we need the Daddy Knows Best aspect of this episode where Rip Hunter was like, you shouldn't do that. And they were all like, we're going to do it. Screw you, Rip Hunter. Ha ha. I didn't feel that we needed that at all. But I appreciated that Rip Hunter understood that they had to go out and make mistakes. They kind of had to almost wipe out the existence of their wife in case of Martin Stein. But I understand why they did it. Didn't really like it. It still didn't detract from the episode. I still thought that this was a really, really fun episode. Now I'm going to give you my crazy prediction for the rest of the season based off of this episode. My crazy prediction for this week is going to be that I believe that we have not seen the last of Hawkman. I know what you're saying. You're like, that's not crazy. Shut up, you. But take with this. Let's say he gets reincarnated, right? He's a reincarnated. Let's say that they meet a detective somewhere in the 80s or the 70s, Detective James Wright, played by Falk or another actor who looks like Falk, the actor who plays Hawkman. And the reason why that would be cool is because Detective James Falk is one of the comic book reincarnated identities of Carter Hall. And I think that would be a nice little tip of the hat there to old DC Comics. So that's my crazy prediction. We're going to meet Hawkman again, and he's going to be like a 1970s or 80s detective. There you go. So overall, I thought this was a really, really fun Legends of Tomorrow episode, and I'm really excited for where the season is going forward. Don't forget that every week I'm going to be giving you a Legends of Tomorrow Easter egg and recap show every week on this channel on Friday. And if you want to help support this show and all the recap shows that we do, you can go to patreon.com/Jama, where we have lots of exclusive rewards and exclusive podcasts over there for you to enjoy. Guys, I did a whole video about Easter eggs of this episode of Legends Tomorrow, and you can go check that out on the DC Fans channel right there. Go give it a click, and then come back here and enjoy some more. And also, we do Supergirl reviews. Ashley Robinson hosted on this channel every single week. You can check those out right there. And also, don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Jason Inman. Be seeing you.